I didn't get any of the new set on Pokemon Center yesterday.
Is your baby crying? I'll make them stop. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go sleep, little pet.
For anyone who's in this hobby still, I'm sorry. Whenever you enter a store like Walmart or Target and you scan across the Pokemon section for a drop of Pokemon product, your brain automatically categorizes all the various sets it sees into good sets and bad sets. And unfortunately for you, you will still take the bad sets. When your brain makes this decision, it takes a variety of factors into play about the set. Maybe you have some personalized favorite Pokemon in that set, maybe you just like the artwork, the box art, whatever it is. But I think the two biggest factors that go into what makes it a good set are the hit rates, the probability of you actually getting something better than reverse holo, and the actual cards themselves, whether they be the card art or the Pokemons in that set. These two factors plus product availability can combine into this weird kind of complex equation of capitalism. It spews back out at us something called market price. Now, market price is just the value of what everyone in the Pokemon community deems a certain card or product should be, which goes against the MSRP, which is, I'm not even pretending I'm smart enough to know what that is. Manufacturer suggested retail price. And obviously, due to the hobby being the hobby, the market price is always going to be higher than MSRP. But I think the sets that are priced higher are generally better sets in some capacity than the sets that are priced lower. Again, I think everything is just priced too high nowadays. But there's a reason why sets like Paldean Fates and Crown Zenith are rapidly grown in cost as availability gets lower and the set still maintains that great hit rate and card art. But this video isn't about the good sets. We know what the good sets are. This video is about the bad sets. The sets that have somehow slipped through the crack of the general Pokemon community talking about discussion. Slipped through the cracks of the discussion within the general Pokemon community about these sets. This video is about the couple of sets that I have deemed to be influenced by market mind control. Now, there's probably an actual term coined in like the 1800s that described this phenomenon. But I mean, if I was in the 1800s, I could get a Nobel Peace Prize for like anything. And I could have just given them the Pythagorean theorem and I'd have been a millionaire. But in the case that no one has claimed it yet, what I mean when I say market mind control, I think market mind control is the basic concept that when something is valued a lot higher than what their market standard price is, for extended periods of times, the new normal becomes that price. People now view that certain set at that certain price point and not the previous MSRP. Combating this market mind control is the first step that I believe we can take to kind of combat the Pokemon craze and the high prices generally, and turning down to, more acceptable, not even like a lower, but more acceptable prices for certain sets. Secondly, I need a preface that when I say bad set, I'm specifically talking the set itself plus the actual cost, the market cost of that set. Any set could be a great set, right? As long as it's accurately priced. I'm not gonna hate on like your certain little card or niche that you like within a certain set, or an artist is like that it's like generally that's not approved by the hobby. I'm not going for that. I think every set can be a good set, again, if it's properly priced to be so. Now another thing, why do people open Pokemon packs? Now, everyone in the community does it. It's one of the funnest things to do, in my opinion, waste your money gambling. But let's think really, why do people open Pokemon packs? There are two reasons. The first reason is that it is just very fun to open these packs. Again, it is basically gambling. My generation loves gambling. And it's just fun to you pull like a card you really want and you kind of have that adrenaline rush and excitement. And I opened 300 Pokemon packs. I had so much fun. As you can tell by the reactions last video, I had a lot of fun. But the second reason, and I think this is the majority reason, that people buy these packs to have the chance at getting the more expensive card that is in the set or a card that they want in the set. If I'm opening Evolving Skies, right? Sure, I get the adrenaline rush because, oh my god, I got Evolving Skies. But I'm beginning the adrenaline rush to maybe pull the Moonbreon or Rayquaza or any of the other top tier chases, right? That's why I open Evolving Cries, because I know I might not get it, but it's really exciting the chance I might even like get my money back. Now, if all these different factors are in the back of your memory, I'm trying to memorize this, okay? I think your 5 brain cells are just paying full attention to even like keep watching me sit here. But let's just take all that in the back of my brain and let's actually look at the various different sets that I think are terrible. For our first case study being Darkness Ablaze. Darkness Ablaze is kind of an easy cherry picking. It is generally conceived in the Pokemon community that this set is pretty booty, like massively so. It was released in the Sword and Shield era, so again, it's been pretty ancient. At this point, we're coming to the end of the Scarlet and Violet era, so it's pretty old. I think the fact that the rarity, again, this availability factor in this complex equation, it's not complex, but this complex equation, kind of make up, maybe like 99.9% of the market price of this item. I'm screaming with the price of Darkness Ablaze booster box as well as a booster pack. And actually, as you can see at the comment that I'm recording, this is about $250,000, around like 250 to maybe 260. which is nothing to scoff at. Again, $250,000 is a lot of money. So you would think that since the set it costs as much, there got to be cards in here that at least make up some of the price of the set, right? Right, guys? On screen now, you'll see the top 10 cards of the Darkness Ablaze set. You know, I don't know how exactly you want to metric this, but I figured an easy way would be just to look at the top 10 cards of the set and see what are the people value the top 10 cards to compare to the overall cost of the booster box. You kind of see there's a kind of like a match maybe in the amount of the cost of the booster box and the amount of cost of the cards in the set, the top 10 cards in the set. And just like me on Tinder, there's no match. As you can see, for anyone who's passed second grade math, you can add up the top 10 cards in Darkness Ablaze, and you can buy, with the price of a booster box at around $250, you can buy the top 10 cards in the set 2.5 times coming like downwards. Meaning you bought the top chase for the Charizard VMAX 3 times! You bought that thing 3 times on top of all the other top 10 cards in this set for the same price of a booster box. Now the question is, if I could just buy the cards, the most expensive cards in the set, why would I ever open a booster? Why would I ever buy a booster box or a booster pack on market price? I don't know. Again, I'm pretty sure this all just comes down to availability of being old. Will be rare to find. People just maybe intrinsically will value these cards more. I'm sorry, if your set composes, let me get this right. If your top hitters, some of the top Pokemon featured in this set compose of Centiskorch, Grimmsnarl, Rhyperior, or Galarian Stunfisk. I get this is back in the Rainbow Rare era, so it kind of got like that little gimmick going on. But at the end of the day, you can probably buy every single card at the set the same price as a booster box. But again, this is an easy picking set. This pit makes no sense. If I recommend, if you ever think about buying Darkness Ablaze, just buy the cards. It is not even a contest. You need like some certain level of like gaslighting. You want to like injure yourself economically and psychologically. If you somehow find yourself justifying yourself to get Darkness Ablaze, forget the top chase. There's just no shot people do it. But it's valued this high. Again, the reason I see is because people see the value of the price rising, so then they reinforce it. Is just at this point, it will keep going higher because that's how it should be, because that's what everyone else is saying and seeing and doing. And thus, this set has completely been lost to market mind control. The prices of the cards don't match to the price of the booster box because people perceive it to be higher because market mind control. Again, I'm not even saying this set's bad. I think this set could be great. If the booster box is like $100, if this set, just buy the cards. There's no point even getting it. The dopamine you get from opening a pack to maybe hit the Charizard is gonna be far superseded of actually getting the card you want by buying it at like a con or something. You can get it in person. You don't have to buy it online. You can get it like at a random con. I'm sure these have like a million of these lying around. So it's like the top chase of the set around. I haven't checked this in a while. Let's see this. TCG player. 31? It's 31? 31. But again, easy pickings. That's basically a free one. It's all the same tier for like Vivid Voltage in my opinion. Let's go on the second set, I think. You know, maybe not quite up there. Not that quite controversial, but I do think people are not talking about it negatively enough. Obsidian Flames. Now, another disclaimer, because we're 2 for 2 right now on sets. And both of them have Charizard as their top hit and the main theme of the set. I don't have a Charizard hate boner, I promise, okay? It just is apparently Charizards like in every other set, and they just so happen to be in ones that I think, and rightfully so, that are very overpriced. I think this is more of a testament to how Nintendo keeps slamming down this Pokemon in every other product and like set because they want to push sales, and it makes the fan base happy. Apparently the number 1 most popular Pokemon of all time keeps showing up. Okay, let's agree on that. I can handshake the Charizard people, okay, the Charizard fans. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I'm sick of seeing him though, okay? Again, even more praises of Obsidian Flames. I think this set is a way better product than Darkness Ablaze. Not only do I think the top hit is way cooler, the artist, in my opinion, is one of the best artists Pokemon have. Better be paying him like $1 million a year because he made the Charizard, he made the Paldean Fates Charizard, he made the Hydreigon. Oh my god, his artwork is stunning. Stunning. And again, even like the average art, the artwork in the set are beautiful. And again, if you take the scissor from Darkness Ablaze and compare it to the scissor in Obsidian Flames, like bro, it's not even a contest which one you're picking, right? Like, Jesus. And the prices for Obsidian Flames were pretty steady at one point in time, back before, you know, the craze happened. But you know, due to said craze, it exploded in price. Booster box price will be here, booster pack price will be here, pretty high price again. So you would think that, you know, maybe it's probably the big way better than Darkness Ablaze. Maybe even you can argue that maybe, just maybe, the top cards in the set are going to be worth the price. You can now. This is I think you can trick your brain more easily, deceive your brain, be like, you know what, buying a booster box of this set is so worth, ladies and gentlemen. It's not, Holmes. If you look at the top 10 cards, the same price of a booster box, you can buy the top 10 cards again, and additional 2 extra top hit Charizards. I think throw in an extra like $20 or something in there. The math will be on the screen. But again, if I can buy the top 10 cards and the 2 hits, I can probably buy all the cool cards in the set, or all the cards that I would want. Again, I like all the cards here, but obviously I don't want every single one of them. And again, the whole point of buying a booster box is on average you get a hit. You'll get an SIR hit. It might not even be the top hit of the set. You might get stuck with that one, I don't care, that one Pokemon that's an engine, the evolution of that. That's like, I don't know, worth pennies compared to the Charizard. Because that's an SIR too, by the way. With this way, you can guarantee the Charizard at least 2 times, basically 3 if you have spent a little bit more money. Just saying. Now, again, if the prices of the cards are so low, and the price of the booster box is so high, and again, I showed you the graph before, what happened? What's the reason for this? Market mind control. Okay, people see the set go up. They see the price of the pack slowly creeping up. It dipped a little bit, I think it was stabilized. Now the sets are stabilized. That's it. It's stabilized. People are like, we're good to go. That is the price of the set. I'm not going to sell it for any less. I'm going to value it as such. It is worth that price in my head. Whether it is not worth the price in your head, you can just look a little bit back, like a year ago, and you can see what people actually thought the set was worth before everything hit the shitter. The set is not perceived at the same negativity as Darkness Ablaze in the community, but I still think it deserves definitely some kind of like talking down, just kind of get the price lower. But I think the next set I'm going to talk about is basically the new golden child of Pokemon TCG. If I say what I want to say, I'm probably going to get like a Pikachu-shaped pipe bomb mailed to my mailbox. So instead, I'm going to do a little guest feature on this channel. Welcome, one and all, to Hot Hands Johnson.
Is your baby crying? I'll make them stop. Go to sleep, go to sleep.
What's up, sports fans? It's Hot Hands Johnson here to break stuff down. Alright, so 151 is a set that I have some beef with. I've not pulled any heat from this set. The best thing I've pulled is a hyper rare Psychic Energy for a slight $5, you know? Not too much. But I'm not here to lambast 151 for being an awful set. I think there's some great stuff in the set, like the artwork. I think the artwork is great between the IRs and the SIRs. And also, I just enjoy the set because it brought so many people back into the hobby, and I think that's an important thing that we can't really overlook when talking about this set. But the main gripes I have with this set come with the costs, whether it be the sealed product or just the singles themselves. 151 is a special set like Crown Zenith and Prismatic Evolutions. So it doesn't come with a booster box. So to find a hypothetical price of a booster box, you'd have to multiply the cost of a single pack times 36, which comes out to around $400. Here are the top 10 chases of the set. And yes, they are much better and more sought after than the top chases of Darkness Ablaze or Obsidian Flames, but that's not the main focus here. The main focus is the decrease in the price of cards. Charizard is the only card in the set that came out relatively unscathed. It's hovering around $190 right now. But the top 2 other chases, which are the Venusaur and Blastoise, Blastoise decreased from 80 in March to 60 around now, and Venusaur decreased from 80 in March to around $52 right now. So there's around 25% decrease in the value of those cards, which is a dramatic decrease in the scope of Pokemon. You could make the argument that the decrease in prices is natural in the Pokemon market, and you have seen it before in Surging Sparks and Journey Together. Those prices eventually settled down. So you could make the argument that the decrease in prices is natural in the Pokemon market, but what makes 151 different is how scalped it is. It's one of the most scalped sets in the Scarlet Violet era. We're looking at Blooming Waters, for example. 12 packs for $120 is absurd pricing, considering that the chances of you even hitting an SIR are low, and the chances of you making your money back from an SIR there's only one SIR, and it's Charizard that would make your money back from the set. Even pulling either of the top 2 other chases, nada. You're not getting your money back, or your money's worth. You'd rather just buy the 2 singles. Now, the Pokemon hobby isn't all about the prices of cards. Ripping packs is fun. I would know. I've done it plenty of times. It has that dopamine rush that you just can't get anywhere else. And seeing your favorite Pokemon on colorful cardboard is amazing. They make beautiful artworks for them. What isn't so great is the issue at hand, which is supporting scalpers when they're trying to resell 151 at crazy prices. And this leads into the last point I want to make, which is about the ETBs of 151. A single ETB goes for $260. $260 for 9 packs and a promo that isn't even that sought after. At this price, you could buy 2 scalped Blooming Waters prices and still have almost triple the packs. There's absolutely no reason to rip a 151 ETB. And that's the main issue I have. It's okay to keep sealed ETBs. As you can see, I think it's awesome that my brother does that. But I always rip ETBs, or most of the time I always rip ETBs for fun. But I'm never going to sync up a 151 ETB because of its price. I don't think anyone has ever considered ripping a 151 ETB. The only reason it's that high is because of its exclusivity, which is another problem with the scalping. It's the fact that no one can access a 151 ETB at this point. I've not seen it in the wild ever, which is crazy. So what can you do about this epidemic of scalping? Stop supporting scalpers. Stop buying at scalper prices. Try to get your hands on it at market. I know that's really hard these days with all the bots running rampant and also all the scalpers running rampant. And that's tough, right? But you kind of have to accept that you might not be able to rip a set for a while if it means that the prices will drop. Buying the singles from local card shops and supporting their businesses is also a great way of finding 151 in the wild while also supporting local businesses. It's only going to work if there's a collective effort to lower the prices of 151. If we make the scalpers sit on the product, they're going to have to sell it at a lower price or face all the costs that it took to get them. So if 151 can get sorted out like that, then I would potentially look forward to ripping more. But as of now, I'm calling quits on the set. I'm not ripping any of it. And for the foreseeable future, I won't. At the end of the day, I just hope that a set in the future won't end up like 151 did.
Thank you, Hot Hands Johnson. Make sure to check him out on Instagram. He is my brother, and I think I'm going to plan to do a lot more stuff with him in the future, so keep on tuned for that. I think in general, like, the purpose of the video was just trying to like make people... And the purpose of this video was just trying to bring some, conversation about some certain, mini sets, Obsidian Flames and 151 mostly, but hopefully this translates to like a bigger talk about other sets in general. I think there's like a lot of other sets that still should be critiqued and kind of like have more discussion about why the prices are so high to begin with. I'm not trying to like nuke the fun out of opening these sets. Like, if you want to open these sets, great. But I'll just be I would be very cautious of you buying at market prices. You further like insinuated and like basically saying that you agree with these prices and you want to buy at these prices and you think it's well worth it. I don't think that's the case for the majority of these sets right now. Again, this is for like the greater good of all of us. The more we do this, have this discussion, the more we kind of like bring down the overall cost of even enjoying this hobby anymore. And like, again, this is like, we're still in the thick of the craze. Imagine what the new like White Flare Black Bolt's dropping soon. The new like XY Evolutions is about to come out. The new set, like, it's gonna be another pretty rough time, I think, for Saturday Badness. It's been another rough time. Now, just to say, if you find any pack at all at this point, I mean any pack, even like Shrouded Fable, Paradox Rift, Journey Together at MSRP, jump on that. That at MSRP would be a great set to open. It's really fun. You don't have that negative conscience on your being. Like, if you have like 151 MSRP, Prismatic, like Obsidian Flame, of these sets that might be bad, I'm still buy it. At MSRP, it is a great set to open. Almost all sets at MSRP are fantastic sets to open. Again, it's only if you can find it. I know it's really hard to find it, but just because you can't find it doesn't mean you should really endorse these high prices that you are witnessing, that we are all witnessing in this Pokemon economy. I guess that's just my 2 cents. Please let me know what you think in the comments. I'm generally curious what other people think. Again, I left a lot of like other major parts about like, why sets are so highly priced. I'm talking about like scalpers reinforcing it. Apparently everyone in the community just is like kind of milking it dry at the moment as much as they can. Even like the big department store, big like general stores like Walmart or Target and GameStop and all that are just like kind of, they know they can milk it, so they're milking it. I'll definitely make a video about that in the future. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to hear in the community, what your thoughts are. I'll definitely make more videos of this in the future. But yeah, smash like.